And this is the summary of the Monday, November 28th, 2022 work session and city council meeting. At our work session tonight, we got an update on our presentation from the Climate Action Plan Committee. This is something that we approved in January of 2022. We approved 3 items, which was to promote our solar garden project to other communities so they know what we're groundbreaking in that effort, to continue with the electric automated cars in town, which has happened since January, creating a climate action plan. As part of our Green Steps program, we've actually completed 27 actions under 9 best practices. We need to complete 11 more best practices to move from step 2 to step 3. The program documents what's been done and is a roadmap to what needs to be done to become a sustainable city. It includes things like our storm sewer program, which we do anyway. Efficient public buildings is something that we have completed. Having a land use in the comp plan, and a number of other things. The ask tonight was to move forward with the program. Nothing formal was done, but they have to submit requests by Wednesday of this week to be part of the Climate Action Plan program. So no money's been committed. This would allow us, if we're accepted into the program, to look for funding and grants to help with data collection. So there'd be no city money involved, and the concern that we have is staff time involved. And so looking for grants and donations to help with that, to take the pressure off city staff would be needed before we move any further. But we needed to give them the okay tonight, implicit okay to at least ask the state for that. At the regular meeting, we had a number of items on the consent agenda and a few on the regular agenda, including a lease agreement with Rapids Brewing Company. We approved a section of the northeast corner of that parking lot behind, on the east side of the brewing company and other businesses in the upper northeast corner, to a lease where they would pay the city rent for a space that would house their garbage collection, and also any other vendors on that, or businesses that currently have them butted up against their building because of the lack of space before you hit the alley. Would allow the businesses to use their land imprint better. We also agreed to purchase 50 golf carts called Club Car golf carts. By ordering them now, we will be able to get them in April of 2024. We did approve the purchasing. We will not make any payment until they're delivered in 2024. And at that time, the golf course will take out a inner city loan that they will pay back with both the sale of the used carts and yearly payments to the city over 4 years to pay those off. And that's something similar that we've done in the past. We also accepted a donation from the Minnesota State Patrol Troopers Association and from the McNichols family towards the Grand Rapids Police Shop with a Hero program. That was the end of our regular agenda, but we did have 2 public hearings tonight. One of those was to consider the adoption of an ordinance amending and updating sections of the zoning, Article 6 zoning, within Chapter 30 land development regulations. Most of these were really minor, where they were cleaning up some stuff that was done in 2005, where the tables and the section of reading didn't match each other. So in one case, the section reading of what was allowed was right, but the table that goes along with it for reference wasn't updated. And the other was the other way around. So both of those were kind of cleanup operations. The third was to allow grocery stores within the central business district and not just the general business district. We have had grocery stores in central business district, but it's been many years. So this would allow a grocery store or a co-op within the central business district, which does allow residents within walking distance more convenience. Typically a grocery store wants to be out where they can have more space, but it can be done inside the central business district. So we allowed that tonight, or approved that tonight. The second public hearing was to consider a establishment of a TIF district, tax increment financing district, for the Voyager Capital Arbor Wood project. The Voyager Capital submitted a request in September 2nd of 2022 for the 130-acre site that the Voyager Capital Group had purchased. Many of you know it as the former Ainsworth or even the Blandex facility. The project that they are proposing is a 48,000 square foot build out of the larger industrial building on that site. It'll be a $6.4 million project. In addition to the 4 current employees they have, they would increase payroll by at least 7 employees immediately. All 7 of those would make more than $17 per hour plus $6 an hour worth of benefits. So ranging from $23 to $31 per hour plus a manager's position. And in addition to that, there would be 15 temporary jobs, full-time jobs in the building of this facility. Just so people know, TIF would mean that they would continue to pay the taxes that are currently being paid for that site for the duration of this TIF project. And then once the time has expired on that and they've paid back the dollar amount required, the yearly taxes would be estimated at least an additional $120,000 more than they're paying now. So people still they would still pay the taxes that they're currently paying, but down the road they would end up paying the additional taxes on the value of the improvement. So we approved that and then approved a interfund loan to advance certain costs that go along with that TIF district. And before we adjourned, I announced that our next meeting, we typically meet the 2nd and 4th Mondays of the month. But for December, we are meeting the 1st and 3rd. So it's a change in time. Just want to make sure viewers know that. And then it's also later at night. It'll start at 6:30 with a 7 o'clock public hearing. And we purposely do that for people who would like to go to what used to be called a truth and taxation hearing with the school district, which meets the same night, and us. We move our meeting to allow anybody who would like to do that to be able to attend both. So we meet again on Monday, December 5th, next Monday, at 6:30 p.m. with a 7 o'clock public hearing. With that, take care, and we'll see you again in a week.